All right, lesson 12. This lesson will be looking at first and second, third person to third person object, transitive animate verbs in conjunct and independent. I'm going to begin by giving you a little conversation, and then I'll explain some of the new words. So this is a conversation between two people, me and somebody I'm talking to. So we'll start with the person I'm talking to coming up to me. Hey, kigiwapa mau chi aoyak nete. Kigiwapa mau aoyak chi nete. Tande. Nete kagigo, nete kagido kyugawak tasur. Nete kagido kyugawak tasur. Tanshpe. O kshketen tanshpe. Ashpiegi kimawak. Managi egido pemohtean nete. O kshketen tanshpe. Ashpiegi kimawak. Edo pemohtean nete. Ben giwapa mau mishchetle mod. Ben giwapa mau mishchetle mod. Awana giwapa mak? Oui, awana giwapa mat. Oui, awana giwapa mat. Giwapa mau ma sœur, son vieux. Mina mi cousin mina. Kagido kyugawat, ma sœur nete. Giwapa mau ma sœur, son vieux. Mi cousin mina. Kagido kyugawat, ma sœur. Okay, so this is not, it's kind of thrown together, so it's not super smooth, but anyways, let's start with the beginning. Aoyak, kigiwapa mau aoyakchi nete. Kigiwapa mauchi is did you see? Aoyak is somebody. Aoyak, did you see somebody there? Tande, that's where. O tande eta egi do kyugawat. Egi do kyugawak tasur. Over there where you visited your sister. Nete is there. Ita is also there. So over there, where, maybe? Now in English we say, where are you going? And I know where you went. And we use the word where for both of them. In Michif you use a different word for that. In the same way, in English we say, when are you going? Or I know when you went. Again, in Michif it's going to be a different word. Now the connection between these words, you've already had a little bit. If I say tanshe, it means which, how, right? Tanshe shiai, tanshe yen, how are you? Now if I say, what's your name? I say tanshe ishinikasho yen. And that ishe at the beginning of ishinikasho yen is kind of a manner. It means how is it, how you are called. So that how in the first is a question word, how is it, tanshe. And then the next part, how you are called. Like, I know how you are called. Ishe nikashoyen. That's in it, tanishe and ishe. Well, here we have tande, which if you said it really slowly in Cree would be tanete. And you have ite. So I know where, like, if I ask where and you say, oh, over there, where you visited your mother. Which where? Oh, that where. Over there where? Tande, where? Which where? Nete eta kagido kyugawak tasur. Over there where you went and visited your sister. Now, kyugawak, kagido kyugawak, ka is that conjunct ka. Ki is past tense. Do is to go and. The same way we had pe, as in Piatoshke, come and work. Well, doatoshke would be go and work. So kiugaweo is to visit somebody. Specifically, that's a transitive animate verb. It's very similar to just an animate intransitive verb. Kiugeo, like oh ngito kiugan yeraswer, ngi kiugan, I visited. You aren't really saying who you visited. I was just visiting, right? So you can say ngi kiugawao awiek, I was visiting somebody. So here we say nete ite kagi do kiugawak taser. Now that ak at the end is the conjunct ending for wait, sorry, I take it back. Nete ite kagido go atta sir. At. Because ak would be where I went and visited your sister. But at is where you went and visited your sister. Oh, I hope I haven't totally confused you here. Nete ite kagido go atta sir. Over there where you went and visited your sister. So that at, as we said earlier, is a short sound, and it's the conjunct version of what you would say kigido kiugawao tasur, you went and visited your sister, or at the place where you went and visited your sister, then it's going to be conjunct. Nete ite kagido kiugawat tasur. So then I'm going to ask the next question. I say tan shpe, and that means when. I'm asking the person who's talking to me when he's asking me about. I said tan shpe, and he replies, "O kshke ten tan shpe." You know when. Kshke ten tan shpe. Ashpe egi kimawak mana nete egi tohteyen. Oh, you know when. When it rained as you were going there. Ashpe, so here we have tan shpe, is which when, and then the corresponding one that you would use in a sentence like, oh, that time when it rained would be ashpe, which is basically just the second half of tan shpe. So ashpe egi kimawak, when it rained. Now here you have, that's a verb inanimate intransitive. Ashpe egi kimawak mana edotochteyannete, as you were going there. Now I don't remember every verb that I say. I kind of translating this from English, but etohteyan, edotohteyan, as you were going to go there. Now I could say etochteo is just to go, but dotochteo is to be going on your way to somewhere, and petochteo is to be going on your way to here. Nete is over there again. So I'll just repeat that line. O kshketen tan shpe, kshketen tan shpe, ashpegi kimoak mana edotochteenete. So mana, as I said in our last lesson, is while, to say you're doing something while you did something else. So now I answer this person, well, ben mishchet lemon giwapa mao. Well, mishchet means a lot. Lemod is people. Mishchet lemod giwapa mao. Well, a lot of people I saw. I saw a lot of people. Awana. And awana means who. Now again, this is the different from, somebody. It's awana is who. And so it's a question word in its own right. So if I say, who did I see? It's going to be conjunct again. Awana egiwapa mak. Who did I see? Awana egiwapa mak. And here you notice that I use that ak ending, which is the conjunct. Awana egiwapa mak. And the person replies, oui, awana egiwapa mat. Yeah, who did you see? So let's just repeat those back and forth a few times, just to kind of reinforce it. Awana egiwapa mak. Oui, awana egiwapa mat. Awana egiwapa mak. Oui, awana egiwapa mat. Right, so that's who did I see? Yeah, who did you see? Who did I see? Yeah, who did you see? Okay, next line. Giwapa mama sir, son vieux, mi cousin mina kagidokyo gawat ma sir. I saw my sister, her husband, also my cousins, or my cousins also, who'd also gone to visit my sister. So here, Giwapa mau ma sœur, sont vieux, mi cousin mina, kagido kyugawat ma sœur. Now here, kyugawat, you have a long vowel. My cousins, that, like ka, again the ka conjunct. Ki, past tense. Do is to go. Kyugawat is the third person seen another third person. Mi cousin, kagido kyugawat ma sœur. Who had mi cousin mina kagido kyugawat ma sœur. Also my cousins who had gone to visit my sister. Okay, so that's the initial sentence, and it gives you the two main things you got to practice. So one of the main activities I would suggest doing is something like this. You'll take a transitive animate verb, like to see something, wapa mau. So I'll say, giwapa mauiak. I saw somebody, and then you would ask, and then the next response would be, who did you see? Awuna e giwapa mat. And then the reply would be, you would just rephrase their question to them. Awuna e giwapa mak? Oui, awuna e giwapa mat. So now let's try that with a different verb, like let's try. We'll see if it works with other verbs. Ngishke mawawiyak, or ngishke mawawiyaga. I know somebody. Awanagi kshke mat. Awanagi kshke mat, or awanai kshke mat, mak. Oui, awanai kshke mat. Okay, I know somebody. Who do you know? Who do I know? Yeah, who do you know? Yeah, it seems to work. Okay, try it with another one. Let's see, what other transitive animate verbs have we gone through? All kinds, it's just a matter of remembering them. Okay. Boy. Okay, let's start with the causatives one. Causatives. Like ginagamo yao ta sir. I made your sister sing, right? Ginagamo yao ta sir. And you didn't hear me right, so you say awanai ginagamo yat? Who is it that who awana e ginagamo yat? Or actually we might even say awana ka ginagamo yat? Who is it that you made to sing? And I would answer, oh, tasur kagi nagamoyak. Tasur kagi nagamoyak. Oh. So here again, you notice that when I respond, like I'd say, I made your sister sing, and I'll say it in independent clause. When you ask me the question, you would say, who is it that you made to sing? I would say your sister. You would answer the question in the same way as it was asked, sort of, right? So they would say, who is it that you made to sing? Oh, it's your sister that I made to sing. Ta sir kagi nagamoyak. Okay. Now I think that's probably enough of that for right now. Now what is the next? That. Wapamat. Okay, let's go down because I know I had a bunch more I wanted to give you. Yes. Okay, we're gonna go over a little bit of imperative. Okay, so the first one. Let's start with verbs transitive inanimate, like think. Nagatawehta. Remember nagatawehta? Ninagataweihten is I'm thinking. It can also mean I'm thinking about something, or I mean I'm worried about something. So I can say, Kaya nagatawehta. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. Or even more, we'll say, Kaya usham nakatawe. And that means don't too much think about it. Don't worry about it. Okay? So in general, the rule for transitive inanimate imperatives, you just add to the, or you just have an after the ending. So let's think of some other ones. What's a bunch of, we did a whole bunch of these too. Now I can't remember them. Kishkishin, no wait. Kagwe kishkishin, kishkishine, no. Huh, there's an owl hooting outside my cabin here. Either that or it's a nighthawk. Okay. Nakataweita. Okay, I'll skip that and go on to transitive, animate intransitive. So, as we've already learned, to animate intransitive ones, you basically just keep on the final vowel, and that makes it into an imperative. For example, ape, you'd say he sits, apu. If I want to tell you to sit, I say ape, and I just leave it like that. Or work, you take the third person form. So that'd be because atoshke, datoshkan, or kitatoshkan is you're working. I want to tell you to work, I just say atoshke. Now, if I want to make it plural, I would say, I just add a K to that. Apik. Apik would be you guys sit down. Atoshkeg would be you guys work. Nagamo would be you sing. Nagamok would be you guys sing. I'd say Wipach mio machaho. Wipach means soon. Mio machaho means to good feel, so feel good soon. Or again, to the plural would be Wipach mio machahok. Alright, I'm gonna have to crack the door on my stove here and see why it's so hot. Huh. I guess it's just burning. Okay. Now if we go back to the transitive inanimate imperatives, it's not just a matter of adding K, so it wouldn't be nagataweita, then nagatawetak. It's actually a little bit different. I would say, if I was talking to a group of people and I'd say, guys, don't worry too much. For example, my parents. Mama, papa, kaya usham nakataweita mok. So here it's actually, I start with, like he is worrying, I would say, usham nakatawetam. Use that ending, and then I just add ok onto the Kaya usham nakataweita mok. If we don't, you guys worry too much. Now, there are other forms of imperatives as well, right? Like you could say, let's not worry, and then there's future imperatives for saying, when you see him, don't worry. Or when you see him, sit down. Those we're going to be doing in a much later lesson. Okay. When it comes to transitive animate verbs, again, it's different. We take the root and we say it bare. For example, you would say, Kuapa mau, you see him. Now the root for that is wapam, and so that's all I would really say to you. If I wanted to say, hey, see him, I would say wapam. If I want to tell you, look at it, I'd say kanawapam. Or, let's see, what are some other good transitive ones? Well, I'm thinking, none of the things I'm thinking of are really nice. Kill him, nippa. You just end on the H. Or, Kishkanamau. Kishkanamau is he's teaching him. Kishkanama would be, Mao would be ending on the little AW. Boy, I'll have to think a little bit more about this. Some of these ones are tricky. Mao. Say I would tell somebody to like somebody, I would just say muem, muem. Still, that's not something I ever really hear. Usually, people would say, "You've got to like him." I would say "Sapran chimue mak" or "Chimue mat." Sapran chimue mat, or "I've got to like him." Sapran chimue mak. You've got to. You've got to watch that guy. Sapran chikanwa pamat awalom. You really got to watch that man. Sapran chikanwa pamat awalom. Awana? Sapran chikanwa pamak awalom? I've got to watch that man? Oui, sapran chikanwa pamat. And that's probably just as common as the direct simple imperative. And I grabbed a couple examples of imperatives from the dictionary. The first one is do or die, and I'd tell this to you: tota o benipo, o benipo. And that means first is do it, and that's a transitive inanimate one. So tot would be the root, tota. U ben, or, and that is basically just means or. Nepo, and that's an animate intransitive, it means die. So, tota o ben nepo, do or die. Next sentence, halt, who goes there? And this uses the verb you already know, nagi. Remember nagyu, he's stopping? Nagi is stop. Nagi, awanakota katohtet. Awanakota katohtet. Who goes there? Who there is going? And that ka, again, is the long ka transitive, the long ka conjunct ending. Who there is it that is going? Awana akuta ka tuhtet. Akuta means there. And I actually say eguta, but here in the dictionary they say akuta. Or next one is, oh, for heaven's sake, don't cry. And here we have, ben ciel, kaya to. So kaya is don't. It's a negative marker for imperative negative. Ben ciel is for heaven's sake. Ben ciel. I don't even know exactly how that translates, but something heaven. And kaya mato is an animate intransitive. So next one, look and see if your dad's coming. Madon itawa pe kishpin kepa pa peo peao. And now that peao, you know what? Let's skip that one. Madon is kind of like is something you often say before imperative. I could say like madon nagamo. It'd be like kind of like please sing. But here it's tawape. Madon tawape kishpin kepa pa peao. That might be peao. The writing is kind of confusing. Next one, you wash your hands at once. Shemak kshipeganati me. Kshipeganati me. Now here we have a transitive inanimate verb. Kshipegan. Well, I'd say he's washing it. Kshipeganam. And it would be he's washing something. Or I'm washing the floor. You'd say kshi. Or you're washing the floor. Kikshi pagan pagan le plancher. You're washing the floor. The last let's see, the last little set of imperatives I'll give you are ones that aren't exactly normal imperative verbs. They're just useful words. Awash. And that means get out of here. Awash. Or as my grandpa would say, awas. But awash and then va-t'en. And that's straight from French. Get out of here. Va-t'en. Next one, marche or marche. And those all mean the same thing again. Okay. I'm going to stop right there with that, except I'm going to go back and repeat the initial conversation. just to see if it gives you something to refresh your mind with. So the person comes up to me and they ask, Kikiwapa mawawiaga nete tande. Nete takagido kyogawat ta sir. Tan spö. Och ske ten tan spö. Ashpigi egikimoak mana egido tochte yanete. Abem mishchetlemon giwapa mao. Awana giwapa mak? Oui, awana giwapa mat. Giwapa mama sir. Son vieux. Mi cousin mina kagido kyogawat ma sir. Alright, I think that's enough for this lesson. Actually, kagido kyogawat ma sir. Yeah, I think that's, yeah. Wait, let's just review. Okay, transitive animate, imperative. Nakatawe ta, it would be worry about it. Nakatawe tamok would be you guys worry about it or think about it. Ape would be sit down. Apik would be you guys sit down. Atoshke, work. Atoshkek, you guys work. Then wapam would be see it. Kanwapam would be watch it. And hey, I don't know if I gave you this one. Wapamik would be you guys see it. Kanwapamik would be you guys watch it. Now, there's a couple complications with those plural endings again, because if, for example, the final consonant of the root ends in like a W, like it's a KW sound instead of just a K, then your final ik is going to be ok. Like, I can't think of a good example right now, sorry. But there are quite a few that end in kind of a W, so they would be ok instead of ik. All right, I'll stop there.